Good evening. First tonight, a Plymouth businessman has been found guilty of manslaughter after driving his car into a man. Luke Dan ran over David Kelly with his Range Rover in March of this year.
Mr. Kelly died at the scene and Dan's car was found soon afterwards in a retail park where he had tried to seek refuge in a coffee shop. Well, Sam Blackledge is live outside Plymouth Crown Court for us this evening. Sam, this has been quite a complex case, hasn't it?
Yes, it has, and the jury had an awful lot to consider. They deliberated for more than 14 hours and they were given a range of different verdict options. First of all, they decided that Luke Dan was not guilty of murder. When that was announced, it brought cheers from his friends and family who were sat at the back of the court. But then the jury announced that he was guilty of manslaughter. And at that point, the defendant, who was sat in the dock, simply shook his head. The friends and family of the victim, David Kelly, were in tears as they left the court.
At this moment in time, you're under arrest on suspicion of murder, all right? You don't have to say anything behind the defence. You do not mention when questioning something for later on in court. Anything you do say may be given evidence, do you understand?
Placed in handcuffs and arrested, late at night in a Plymouth coffee shop. Minutes earlier, businessman Luke Dan had hit another man, David Kelly, with his Range Rover and driven away.
Are you a real police officer?
Yes, sir, I'm a real police officer, OK? At this time being, all right, it's under suspicion, all right?
Do it to me.
Dan ended up in court, charged in a complex case involving drugs, lies, a network of CCTV cameras and devastating injuries. This is the victim, 42-year-old David Kelly, pictured leaving a caravan park in Plymouth on the evening of March the 21st. The court heard he'd gone out that night hoping to buy cocaine for himself and his friends. Circled here is Luke Dan's black Range Rover. The car turns from Longbridge Road into Liam Manor Drive. Jurors were told Mr. Kelly got into a heated argument with Dan, who drove his car at and over him, causing serious injuries, including a fractured skull, a broken spine and brain damage. Luke Dan called 999, claiming he had been attacked.
Hello, what's the emergency?
Hello, someone just attacked me in my lane.
In your lane?
I've tried to drive away from them and they just attacked me and tried to... Oh,
right, okay.
They just attacked and hit my car.
Right. Okay, so you're in your car. Are you safe now if you manage to move away?
No, they just attacked me. They just hit my car, attacked my car.
Okay. Hello, do you know who they are?
No, I don't know. I'm just panicking now.
A short while later, Luke Dan walked into Costa Coffee at Marsh Mills. He can be seen here, leaning on the counter, talking to the baristas. One of the staff members calls the police.
Hiya, I work at Costa Coffee, Marsh Mills, and we've just had a man come in. He's been attacked, he's saying. He's like quite shaken up. He's got like blood on him. We don't really know what to do with him, but he's like not letting anyone leave his side. We've got him sat down, offered him a drink and that, but he's like quite shaken up.
The police arrive and Luke Dan is arrested. Today, jurors decided he was not guilty of murder, but guilty of manslaughter. Well, Luke Dan will be sentenced tomorrow morning. Now, it's likely he'll be sent to prison, but the judge will take all factors into account before making that decision. Prosecutors had been pushing for a murder charge, but in the end, the jury couldn't be sure that Luke Dan had intended to kill David Kelly or to cause him very serious harm.
OK, Sam in Plymouth, thank you.